Hello, everybody.
What's up, listeners? Viewers,
yeah. Listeners and viewers. Today's a very special day, and John is in my home.
It's fucked up and evil.
Yeah, long time coming. At the end, I had thought we could potentially just do the last episode of the comic.
No.
John vetoed this idea.
Get that out of here. Horrible idea.
But we do have something else very, very special for you all instead. And that is that today we are going to be talking about Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
It feels like we're doing like a YouTube video. Like we're doing like a book review.
We technically are.
Keep that in.
Okay.
Keep that in.
We technically are doing. I mean, this will be on YouTube, I assume.
Yes.
Somewhere. I don't have a tripod. You don't want to see how this phone is being held up.
This entire episode is very scuffed.
Which is why it's not the last episode of the comic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're just listening to the audio version of this episode, there's going to be a link for the video somewhere. Somewhere. I haven't decided where yet, but. But if you're watching it...
Hey, guys.
Hey.
There was no... We're also just in my living room, so okay. We're just sitting in my living room, so it's gonna be scuffed, but it's okay. I didn't really have any idea in mind as to how we were going to formally do this.
We just do it like every other episode.
I mean, yeah. But do you know?
How have you been? How's your week since the last episode?
I've been doing fine. My week was okay. One of our friends, Elise, came down to Philly, and so spent a bunch of time this weekend hanging out with her and with Alex and my roommate Eduardo. And now you're here today, so I've had a pretty eventful week, all things considered.
I'm here. It's crazy.
What's going on with you besides being here?
Let's see. When did the last episode go up? What day is it? Where am I?
It's Friday.
Today's Friday.
Yeah, it's the 5th.
So the last time we talked was like the 27th.
Something like that.
Yeah. Since then, I've gone to two concerts.
More than me.
I saw Porter Robinson. Kind of underwhelming.
Really?
Not like music, but like love Porter's music. It's just that the venue was outdoors and it rained.
Yeah.
I feel so bad because we ended up we were right on the barrier, which was exciting. But then it started pouring down rain, and the concert roof was slanted towards the crowd. So the rain that I was getting was also the runoff.
So it was just
worse.
It was just a stream.
Yeah, it was miserable. And it was also cold. And the people next to us were assholes. And so after a certain point, I was like, I gotta get out of here.
You weren't there for the whole thing?
There were two opening acts. Stayed for all of those, but halfway through Porter's set, it became unbearable. Which made me feel bad. I was originally going to go to the Atlanta show. It was the Raleigh show, and because I knew Porter was from the Raleigh area, I was like, maybe the Raleigh show will be more hype. No. He seemed excited to be there, but.
That's tragic.
It was wet and cold. But then I saw 100 Gex, and that went crazy. And then I came to New York yesterday, and I'm in Philly today. Wow.
Yeah, pretty crazy stuff.
I'm just doing shit all the time, and it's going to stop when I go home, and I'm just going to be doing nothing for a long time.
It's every day, bro.
With that Disney Channel flow.
Yeah, we're here.
We are.
Yeah. This is yours. This is mine.
My copy. This is mine. This is Focus.
I don't know.
Focus.
You can still get this, right?
Maybe. I don't think they still print it. Like I think they have leftovers, but this might be like hard to get now.
Because when did this come out? This is a few years old.
Ooh.
Let me see this. This is like just the original. I think this is just the original like collection one, right? Because there's this one, and then there's the one that Casey Green and Drill helped with, or was there some collaboration on this one as well?
I was going through it earlier, and it looks like there's some art that like Casey Green worked on. Because there's like activity pages at the end of the book.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. I gotta say, I've never seen one of these. So I'm really pleasantly surprised to see that like some
upside down pages.
Yeah, some of the pages are upside down. The comics actually continue for multiple pages, which is really insane. Like this is beautiful. This is beautiful stuff. I did not expect this to be this luxurious.
This came out in 2013.
Holy God.
You can buy a copy of it on Amazon for $978.
We're still in the Patreon this time.
Collector's piece.
I'm glad I was gentle with it.
It's just a fun little thing. It's not just the book. It's got the coin, the funny coin. There's a giant paper clip.
Is it a bookmark?
No, the bookmark is...
No, what is the paperclip on?
This is like an actual like bookmark.
Is that to come with it, or is this just yours? Oh, it's a stairs.
Yeah, it came with it. It does the funny...
He's falling down the stairs.
He's falling down the stairs, and it says in the back, I wonder about stairs, bro. I told you about it.
Yeah.
It came with a paperclip. Excuse me, a paper clop.
It's like doing a number on the page it's on.
Yeah, it's got like a pouch in the back. What the fuck is this?
For discovering new thing.
Oh, this is every page in the book.
Oh, that's nice.
A poster of the entire book. It's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah. So, do you want to like go through every S badge and talk about?
I mean, we can.
I was thinking that we could like just like I don't know, like we did with Paradox Space. But if the book doesn't have an order, my phone is currently recording the video and the computer's all the way over there. So, do you want to take your phone and we can just we can just find which one and then we can discuss our thoughts on it briefly. Because I was rereading all of the Superman Hell Jeff comics, and there's like a couple of distinct eras of them that I think are funny, that are like notable.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I assume everybody knows what Superman Hell Jeff is.
I don't think we have to explain.
Yeah.
Superman Hell Jeff.
Although we did. So. The thing about Superman Hell Jeff is that not everybody knows this, but like, Superman Hell Jeff predates Homestuck technically. We were just looking at the Unofficial Collection has like a little archived version of the original forum thread that we were just looking at. But basically, like shortly before Homestuck, or it might have been like as Homestuck was starting. It was on like a forum where somebody, some poor soul, was like, "Hey guys, I just read Penny Arcade, and now I want to do my own gaming webcomic. This is a thing that happened in the Zeros, and like it's it's not fantastic what the guy posted to start out." But at some point, he's like asking like, "Hey, I'm doing things like Illustrator. What should I like? What are some tips?" And a couple of posts, and Andrew Hussey comes in and he posts the first ever Superman Hell Jeff comic made, which was I was banging your mom for a minute there one. Just comes in, Agent of Chaos, and is like, "Hey, I made my own gaming webcomic." So the thread continues. until it is just ultimately completely derailed by Hussey continuing to post the early Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. So that's the origin story. Was Andrew ruining some poor guy's day who's just trying to make his own shitty penny arcade knockoff. That's where the first couple of comics come from. But there are a lot more than those.
There are.
Yeah.
There's like a whole book's worth.
Yeah. Something funny, if you look on the website that I noticed, is that not if you like go to the Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff website and you look down to the list of comics, there's like 5 more that are are not listed.
Yeah.
Which is really funny. Yeah. Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. Get off your damn phone.
I'm looking at information.
Alright,
okay?
what information are you finding?
Okay. First of all, shout out. I don't know if we mentioned this, like, in an earlier episode around when it went down. When we brought up the Wizard of Oz shit, and I pulled up a post from Blade Kind Eyewear.
Right.
We entered correspondence with Blade Kind Eyewear, and I told him that we were going to do a Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff episode, and he shot us a thing that he tracked down that's like a spreadsheet that lists the dates of like when they were all posted. Holy and shit. Like what the he didn't make it it's from a Reddit post, but it's like something that was like I couldn't find myself. So thank you, Blade Con Eyewear. Thumbs up.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod.
But yeah, I feel like we should have cross-referenced this ahead of time because the prophetic aspect of Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff is kind of one that's like it's hard to capture in the modern day unless like the only way that you can really get an idea of like the way that people brought in this comic into their fan theories was to be there when it was happening.
Yeah.
Which is I guess kind of a really lame cop-out way to describe it, but it's true. The most notable example I can think of was the two I can think of are the elephant with the gray mutant penis. A lot of theories about that. Gray mutant penis being somehow a metaphor for Karkat. I don't know if that ever paid off. And the other one that I remember clearly was the one where he flies off into the sky and he gets mutilated by the helicopter. It says whirly bird in Tavros's color.
It does.
And there's also a lot of Tavros. There's also what's the animal? Is it the horse?
Horse?
It's
There's one of the squirrel.
There's some animal in one of the later ones that has like Tavros's horns. I don't even know. It's probably after the book was published.
There's some Subway coupons in here. I think that's like the best part of this book.
Yeah. So I don't know. Well, John, what's your relationship with Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff?
My relationship with Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff is I had no idea it existed until I read Homestuck, and then like there's like one page like really early on. It's like whenever Dave is introduced, and like there's like the hyperlink to Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. I read all of them at the point in time like when I first started reading Homestuck, which would have been 2012, late 2012. Yeah. I got spoilers, obviously. Like, it spoiled the entire comic.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's much illustrious history with me and Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff either. It's just kind of like I found out about it because I found out about Homestuck, and I found out that somehow there are a lot of people who know about Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff and not Homestuck.
That's the most baffling part of it to me. That, like there are so many people who are like. Not just like the original like 3 that Hussey posted in that one forum thread. Like there are people who like kept up with Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, but just never touched Homestuck, and that's scary to me.
Yeah, and it feels like in a lot of ways like Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff has had more of a cultural impact than Homestuck even.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we had this conversation like a long time ago, like in the first, probably when that first one David introduced. But like, fucking, I guarantee that you've played. Like, everybody's played like a Steam game that has like a stairs. There's like references in like a ton of video games from like around the early 2010s.
The people who made Among Us, like the games that came before Among Us, the Henry Stickmin series, like there are achievements in that game that are just flat out Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff references.
Yeah, like isn't it like one of the earliest like PewDiePie videos where he's playing Happy Wheels is like there's like the fall down the stairs one.
Yeah, the happy that
Enemy
that
of
stage
the pod.
that stage yeah Enemy of the Pod. Yeah, the fact that like because Happy Wheels there's like a version of it where like you can't access the level browser and you just get like the default list.
Mm-hmm.
That default list has had like the Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff stage like the entire time.
Yeah.
Like I remember like playing that stage before I like read Homestuck, and then like I got the reference.
See, I have like a memory of like one of my friends when I was like fucking 12 or 13 or whatever, like trying to show me like PewDiePie videos. And I was like, oh, that's it. And I saw like the Super and Hell Jeff reference, and I'm like, oh, there's this guy screaming, but also there's a Homestuck reference, and nobody else understands that. And I probably tried to explain it, and I looked like an idiot, but yeah, weirdly persistent cultural thing. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Wayne Radio TV.
Yeah.
Like he is very aware of Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff, but he refuses to like touch Homestuck, and he's like referenced it before. I remember there was a Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff reference in Half-Life VR.
It's Half-Life series.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I find it crazy when people just don't know that Homestuck exists, but are like know about Super and Hello Jeff, then like refusing to read Homestuck because Homestuck is like a culturally stigmatized thing for some reason. Yeah. Fucking, I don't know. Let's get into it.
Let's open the book.
Strip by strip. Well, the book's gonna be incomplete. I guess I can.
Well, the book is only missing those like extras at the end that you talked about.
Really?
Yeah.
When did this? Well, the book came out in 2013. What's the last one in here? Oh my lord! I should be really careful with this. This is insane.
Yeah, the
last one is the Riodio. What the fuck? Yeah, because the last one in the book is it's the rodeo one. Yeah, it's got the Tavros horns.
It's Tavros horns.
Yeah. This was the subject of a lot of
because it's a bull, and it's like that's just what his horns are.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's no reason for them to be orange, but I think this is the part that kind of Hans just threw in there to fuck with people, because I don't think this ever.
Well, you see, because the bull shits on someone. Obviously.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. This is. Oh yeah, it doesn't work. Okay. So the iconic first ever in the first canonical order is the stairs one.
Yes.
What do you think of the stairs one?
I think the stairs one, masterpiece.
I think it's really good. I think it's great, but I honestly don't know if I'd put it in my top 5.
Wow.
Just
bold.
Because there are Super and Hell Jeff comics that if I spend enough time looking at them, I will end up like crying laughing. And I don't know if it's like overexposure or what, but this one is kind of like it's a good one. I've seen it a lot. It's the one everybody knows. The banging your mom one. What do you think of the banging your mom?
I think
this is a bottom 5er.
A bottom 5er?
It's like.
Is it just too weird for you?
I think it's funny, but I think that the humor comes from how much it sucks. I mean, which is obviously the case for all of them. I don't know. I would put it in like bottom 5 in an ironic capacity, but I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know what layer of irony we're operating on if we're trying to rank all of these. It's funny. Yeah, it's sure.
So true.
Yeah.
It really is.
The jelly and the hot dog one. I think this is a really good one. It's simple. It's short and sweet.
I really like the texture of the jelly.
Mm-hmm.
There's really something about it.
It's art. Yeah. The word art where he makes high in rainbow text. I don't know. It's beautiful. Have you seen the Seinfeld spit stain adaptation of this one specifically?
No.
I'm sure somebody out there has seen these. There was a guy on Tumblr who went by Bryco was his Tumblr URL, and then on YouTube his YouTube is Seinfeld spit stain. He's most famous for the Jimmy Neutron Family Hour videos. But real Seinfeld spit stain heads followed him beforehand on Tumblr and knew him when he made the Sweet Grown Hella Jeff animated adaptations, and this one is a treat.
Oh,
yeah, you know these.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is the one where it's like playing the music.
Yeah.
This is a good one. Also, has famous adaptation of the car with Night Call playing. I really like that one.
Another thing about this book is that there's author notes from Dave.
Yeah, from Dave Schrader himself. I don't know if I want to read this whole thing because there's a lot of words here.
It's not worth it in my opinion. Like I read this entire book on the way here on the train, and I went through every author's note, and I was like, wow, that was a lot of nothing.
It adds texture. I'm sure that I'm sure there's scans of this online. I would be really shocked if there weren't just like full scans of the whole book. ISBN, haha, what? Yeah, okay.
This one,
Economy in Ruins. Classic. The whole.
Whenever something happens with the economy, that Obama picture's coming out.
It's true. I mean, this is like a timeless one. I love it. You can just post the Obama with the line go down on Twitter at any point, and like you get like randomly 5 people retweet it. It's a classic. It's really one for the ages. And they're right. Sometimes video games does cause violence. It's a classic one.
And that one is the first one that doesn't predate Homestuck. That one was posted on August 1st, 2009.
So when did when did Act 2 start? Like when was Dave introduced? It's been so long.
Probably, I would imagine August of 2009.
Probably.
Because like the in this document there's like, I assume the first time like a specific Sweetborn Hell Jeff is like referenced in comic.
Mm-hmm.
And the first 4 being like the 3 that predate Homestuck and that one are all on page 326. So I guess that's when the Sweetborn Hell Jeff website like went up. August 1st, 2009.
That's so good. This is the first one that exists in canon, or the first new one. I love how the book like incorporates the little. The thing about Super and Hell Jeff and like why it's so masterful is like you could never make this on accident.
Yeah.
Particularly like I think there's like a couple of distinct like eras of Super and Hell Jeff, right? And like the first one is like really defined by masterful bad asset reuse.
Yeah.
Because everywhere you see like bits of the window border left in, there's like 3 faces and they're just all cut and turned around.
Which I think that aspect of it makes that era the most iconic, because like that type of like editing has had such a huge impact on me. Like I do that shit constantly.
Absolutely. It's I'm not to say that like the later ones of these like aren't as good, but like the the one like the ones that are posted like after the book, for instance, or like the really late ones, that are like mostly original art are still funny, but like they feel very distinct.
Yeah.
This is the most classic feel in my head, for sure. And this extends entirely to the Bro Hug Bump comic, which is probably another top fiver.
Agree. Definitely.
This had such a profound influence on me as a child. I would like try to hug my friends in stupid ways like this. I would like try to do this. It's really embarrassing, but I did, and I still have friends who like will ask me for a bro hug bump just to humiliate me.
Damn.
But it's a classic maneuver. A really good one. I like how on the page it cuts off on the bottom and then it resumes the top.
It's really good.
This is well.
Also, we have this fucked up ribbon. I have to have it like folded through like 4 different pages because it's like infinitely long. It's obnoxious.
That's amazing. Okay, this is a. I want to own one of these now. I'm gonna have to.
Hey, $978, buddy.
Okay.
Amazon will get that shit to you now.
Reaching that piggy bank, yeah. Okay, the big game. This is another. I think this is another of the most iconic classic ones. Something that's always confused me is where does this face is like. So this face, the pink sweet bro. This one is always. I've always thought this was funny because I don't think that this is like in any other comic, but it's still like a screenshot. It's like a lone reused asset that never has an original use.
This is another one that I'm like constantly referencing because of the big man has the rock.
The big man has to, yeah. One of my favorite parts of like, or like thing, like one of my favorite like things about this comic, was like people like calling the big man like this was his name, Has the Rock.
It's in.
Could be. It's either that he has the rock as in the ball, or his name, or he is the big man Has the Rock. Yeah. And then obviously the punchline. Masterful stuff. Alley-oop for the slam dunk is something that I say a lot, or used to say a lot. Very easy one to reference. Oh, this is the upside down. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the book tells you, fuck you, flip the book upside down.
The Socceroos. Easy top, maybe top 1.
Really?
I think it might
Top
be top 1.
one?
I think that the
You might be right.
The punchline of it just going on forever is really good. I just love him driving the car into the ocean. I think that's really funny.
It's good. It's a good scene.
Introduces Jeremy, the diversity inclusion. Something about Super and Hell Jeff that I think has not aged well. Like people don't make like gaming web comics anymore.
Yeah. They really don't.
Yeah, because the whole premise of it was like, what percent of our listeners, okay, I guess everybody who talks to us in the Discord is like our age or older typically.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna still assume that there's probably gonna be a contingent of people who like don't remember like the gaming webcomic, like people who just didn't grow up with like when people unironically thought that Penny Arcade was good. There used to be a whole genre of like content on this was like I don't know how to describe it. It used to be that like all you had to do was like oh my god. I don't even know how to convey this. You know, Has everyone seen Power Up Comics?
Yes.
People just did that, but there was no punchline. It was supposed to be funny. That was the gaming webcomic of the 2000s. So the original premise of Super Mario Hell Jeff was just to be. It was mocking that, and it stopped just being about gaming. And I think that Jeremy was meant to be kind of a poke at how a lot of time the authors of those would like include a black character, so it wasn't just so they didn't seem like it was like, oh, just two white guys on a couch playing Halo, which is what those comics all were. But yeah, we love Jeremy around here. Classic character.
Jeremy Good.
Yeah. It just restarts at page 1.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice the page count just resets periodically, I guess.
Hey, there's a Subway coupon.
And okay, this is not the Subway strip. Oh my god, it's gonna it's perforated. The milk pour one. I think that this one ranks really high, but specifically only because of this panel.
Yeah.
The shut the fuck up. This is endlessly usable.
Yeah.
I love this. The rest of the pour, the turning around is pretty good. But I think that the rest of the comic, it's got like some really good highlights, but I don't think the comic in the whole works. I often forget the faces from the poor one.
Yeah.
And also the
shout out to this.
This is an emote in our Discord server. Let's see. The notes author mentions about Tony Hawk.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like there's like new art in here, and that looks to me like the Casey Green style.
There's no way this isn't Casey Green. The Six Stunts one. This is in my top 5 easily.
The goddamn. It's good. It's good.
I could tell you. I think just the concept of the premise being, dude, you're so good at this video game. How do you do it? I could tell you, but then I would have to kill you. I love it. I made references to this a lot for a long time, and also he just sharpens in the most incredible way. The Sports Dream one. What do you think of this one? I think it's pretty good.
This one with the ruler, right?
Yeah, and he floats away.
It's good.
This one always makes me think of the Scott Steiner wrestling promo. I'm a genetic freak and I'm not normal.
Yeah.
Whenever in this comic it says for a little one-on-one, it immediately snaps it into reading it that way. And I kind of wonder if that was the intended thing with the bit was supposed to be I don't know, the ruler being there. I'm like, I don't know. This is my theory about the Scott Steiner sacrifice promo and how it ties into this one. I just think it's really funny that he says for a little one-on-one. But yeah, then he floats away and then he's dreaming. I love the gold frame border.
It's good.
But yeah, okay. Super and Hell Jeff goes shopping.
This one's up there.
It's definitely a solid A tier Super and Hell Jeff. I think the funniest part of this one is the way he fades into the background. Yeah. He's Hella Jeff is just a malicious spirit. But yeah, really good one. Is this canon? Okay, I've just noticed the author's notes for this one imply that Dave has gone shopping, and I just wonder if it makes me wonder if these are canon. If Dave has ever been shopping, because I don't know.
I mean, there was that one Paradox Space comic where he talks about going to what was it called? The bro store.
Yeah. But this implies that he's gone shopping alone and then had a public freak out. That's really sad.
Damn.
But he's also joking, but he might not be. I don't know. It can be funny if you hide as a prank. Good takeaway. Okay, the whole Nacho arc. I think this is best discussed as one unit.
Yes.
I think this is also something that kind of it's
Subway application.
Subway job application. the whole arc of the Nacho comics feels like another like parody directed at like video game webcomics.
Yeah.
Because that was another thing that would happen would be like the long multi-comic arc, and they always sucked because
like Loss.
Yeah, what?
Loss.
Oh yeah, Loss. Okay, how many people do you think know the whole backstory behind Loss?
Surprisingly little.
Yeah, because it took me a second to register that you okay.
Well, sometimes you have to come to terms with the fact that Lost was like part of an arc.
Yeah.
That's finale was that the funny Control Alt Delete character's wife had a miscarriage.
Yeah. If you don't know the whole backstory, do we have to explain it now?
I guess it'd probably be best to just.
Yeah. So I assume that most people have seen the funny Control Delete where he goes to the hospital and there's no words, but I don't think most people know the actual backstory or.
I would say most people have seen the meme format of like 1, 2, 2, L.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a widespread one. Like I know there are people out there who see that and are like, what the fuck is this? But it's like widespread enough that like people would know that it's like a meme somewhere.
Yeah, it's like I think it's kind of taken off as a meme known for being a meme and not necessarily like the original context of it so much.
Yeah.
I think that probably more people than I give credit for know about it because like I know that like there was like a H Bomber Guy video about it a couple of years ago and that probably informed a lot of people who didn't know it before. But yeah, if you've seen that meme and you don't know the premise of it is that this is the payoff of like a multi-comic arc in Control Delete, and that is the finale of it, where the Control Ethan's girlfriend has a miscarriage, and this parallels the real life event of Tim Buckley's significant other having a miscarriage.
What? I didn't know that part of it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a part of it. It's really fucked up that it just happened. That could be just in my brain. It could be like a fake piece of lore, but it's something that I know, and whether it's false or not, I don't know.
If that's true, that adds like a whole other layer to it.
It's not true. I may have. I don't know. We'll fact check this later, and then Alice can edit it out. But yeah, there'll just be a jump. If it's not true, there'll just be a jump cut to like right now. But yeah, so this was. Keep in mind, the next week in Control Delete was another like funny gaming webcomic about people exploding in Halo.
It's so weird that like these gamer comics that are like built in like that newspaper format where they have like this set section every week and try to like tackle like serious shit over like multiple weeks. Like, do newspaper comics like do that? Yeah,
like sometimes I know that like I would like look at like newspaper comics when I was a kid because what else are you gonna do growing up in Central PA? But like yeah, like occasionally like those comics would like go for like a longer series thing. A lot of the time they would like just try to have like a punchline each time.
Yeah.
But still have it be part of an arc that you don't really quite get if you come in the middle of it. This is all winding around to bring back to the point that the Super and Hell Jeff Nacho arc is a parody of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Loss is the most extreme example, I think, of it, because that's one that like, became a meme. But like, Penny Arcade did this a ton of times. Control Delete also did it for things that weren't miscarriage a couple of times. It was just like a staple, and so of course there has to be a multi-comic arc in Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
There was some Dave commentary about the fact that it was like a multi-arc thing.
The Nacho Party arc was going to be a 10-comic arc. It was going to be this whole big story about nachos. The thing is, I never intended to do all 10 parts. I was always going to do like 3 parts and give up. That was the plan. That was the nacho story all along. Another time I was going to do like Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff month. I don't know what Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff month was actually going to be. It was only going to last a week. I did that because I didn't care and I didn't want to. Yeah, that's the joke. It starts out being an arc and then it just stops. The recipe zone is also my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
The low res like recipe screenshot. Also the I think just this panel.
That panel fucks me up.
This panel individually is probably my favorite. It's the one where it just has like the bathroom diagram, and Hella Jeff is just standing in the bathtub.
It fucks me up because it looks like Homestuck.
It does a little bit.
It does the isometric Homestuck thing.
Mm-hmm. And this graphic comes back all the time. It's probably one of my favorite assets in the entire comic. But yeah, I also have to give a shout out to probably one of the more iconic pieces of dialogue in this whole thing, which is what's that guy's even his problem is like head god broadside school fed up the bone bulge. I have to give some credit to Super and Hell Jeff for partially enabling the annoying way that Homestuck fans would talk back in the day. Definitely use of Gigas and bone bulge for comedy in these definitely did not help me thinking that it was funny or any of my peers when we were children. But yeah. Also interesting to think about this in terms of like, I think that it adds a little bit of flavor to it if like Dave is like still making these comics in the session and like he's talking to like the trolls and he's just using troll slang in the comics. I think that's a really fun little bit of it. Shit, Let's Be Santa.
It's a good one.
The who would make these conch suck boots anyway? Immigrants? Classic bit of insensitive humor.
There's a note section.
There's like
in the
5 notes made in the middle of this comic. This is one of the best panels. God blesses everybody. Yeah. Pretty good one. Yeah. The dog is huge one. I often forget this one exists.
I was about to say, it's kind of forgettable.
Yeah. I think that him wearing the shithead shirt is like really good though.
Yeah.
That's the best part of it. Hang on. Is this commentary foreshadowing the? Okay, I'll read the commentary here. Is this foreshadowing the one of the very last?
I think it is.
So the commentary on this comic, author's notes about Peaches. Peaches is the new dog, and he is goddamned enormous. There's been some speculation about whether Peaches is a girl dog or a boy dog. Okay, no, there hasn't, but that was a lie. But seriously, one time I was going to make a comic answering this important question. Bro and Jeff were going to wonder about it, then it was going to zoom way in on Peaches' crotch, and suddenly there was going to be this colossal fucking Peaches dick, like, right fucking there. Just this huge yellow dick. But then I didn't, because I didn't feel like it was leaving the question... I didn't feel like it, thus leaving the question unanswered. But yeah, I guess he's a boy dog, but that's not canon, that's just me saying that. And then, as we will go on to discover in one of the later comics, this is realized.
Yep. Yo, the Peaches spread.
Yeah. Peaches spread. The spoon drawer one. I don't know if I think I'm running out of top 5 slots, but it might be up there.
All of them are top 5.
It really feels like that. If only
this panel, great.
The graphic with the text in it is one of. I think this had more of an impact on my sense of humor than like anything else in Sweet Grown Hell, Jeff. Maybe just the taking this in isolation, putting like this shitty text. It's so fucking good. How the quote is never closed. It's generally incredible.
It's good.
This
This is a really good author's note.
Author's notes about this is also I suppose this ties into Homestuck.
Extremely in character author's note.
Author's notes about moms and their hot asses. All moms are categorically smoking hot. So are their asses. It's like some universal law or something that your bro's mom will always give you an erection if she walks by and you can see her ass.
Damn. 2013.
Damn. Alright, the AIDS PSA. I think this is also pretty good.
I think full double page AIDS is what really makes it.
Yeah, in the book. But yeah, this might be another kind of like cultural artifact, because I feel like even when this was made, this was probably a bit aged.
Yeah.
The sports star like AIDS PSA.
Yeah.
Like around to the point where I feel like a lot of people probably have seen like fucking TV PSAs about shit. So I guess maybe this one will land as time goes on. But yeah, if you know how, like, if you haven't, I'm sure that most people have seen like some like cartoon like drugs PSA, like the one of Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh saying, "I would never smoke marijuana." They used to do that with AIDS awareness too, and so this is just a comic about a thing that happened for a while because we live in a very strange country. The Halloween one.
I really like the Halloween one. It's got a very Halloween vibe. Having all of it on black really sets the mood for it.
This is probably the most expensive page ever printed.
Yeah.
I think that him taking out the gun and shooting him and it saying "Doodly Firearms" is like a contender for one of the funniest things in the entire comic.
The "Are You Next"?
Are You Next?
Classic. There's Subway Man.
Another Subway coupon.
That's him. That's Subway Man.
Subway Jared. Subway Jared.
The fact that there are multiple images of Subway Jared printed in this book.
When did the Subway Jared thing happen? That was probably after this book.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if anybody was not aware, Jared from Subway was arrested for pedophilia-related charges.
You hate to see it.
In court, he tried to claim that the Subway sandwiches made him a pedophile.
Did he really?
That was part of his defense was like, as part of like the Subway diet, he became more active and interested in children.
What?
I'm pretty sure this happened. If not, we're on like a record streak of things that I thought happened that probably didn't.
We just keep lying in this
This is the episode. I'm just lying. Prepare to be scammed. Yeah, behind the scenes progress. This is a really good extra page. It's just a fully finished Sweet Grown Hell Jeff comic on an empty, I think like Microsoft Word 2003 page. What the fuck is this? INDD?
I have no idea.
I don't. This is some Adobe program I don't know anything about. Okay. The skateboarding ones. I think this one is like in the upper echelon solely because of the turning around.
Yeah, it's got lift off.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like this is like one comic and this is like the next one.
Yeah.
It's got him in the bathroom. I love it whenever we get the little Hella Jeff in the bathroom asset. I'm trying to get... Yeah, okay.
Computer enhance.
Yeah, I guess whenever this is edited, I'll probably show it on the screen. I don't know why I'm trying to...
This is a reminder. If you're still this far into the episode and you're just listening to it, you're probably having an atrocious time.
This is the Why It's Not Numbered episode. We're just fucking around here. He lifts off and he goes. And then the punchline is another, dude, are you go? He tells him to take him from the bathroom. Dude, are you scoping this bitch's choice ass? Bipches was also like persistent brainworm for me for a while. Also clown. People theorized about this. That it said clown.
Clown in the cloud.
Yeah, that
Gamzee. means that Gamzee is going to die.
Yeah.
Go to heaven.
Yeah.
Cheesecake.
This is a good extra page. Okay, I had forgotten about this comic until I went and I reread all of them like the other day, and I forgot how funny gay mother of shit I lonk like balls warmed over is.
We've all been there.
I think that the shaving one is like a sleeper pick for like a strong, potentially top 5 comic. Especially the twist ending. Also, I gotta give a shout out to the Super and Hell Jeff Owl.
Yeah.
For being one of the most like egregious abstractions of a real life thing into the comic style. Yeah. What the fuck?
More fucked up Casey Green art.
Thank you, Casey Green. Yeah, we got to find if there's like somebody's probably made scans of this. We'll see.
There's almost definitely scans of it because like there's scans of the new Sweeper and Hell Jeff book. There's scans of like literally every hussy thing ever.
Mm-hmm. Insanely documented. So Alex will put these on screen. Alex. Alex was supposed to be here today, and then he didn't realize that this is where we were hanging out in the afternoon.
For shame, Alex.
Yeah, he could have been here.
He could have been right here.
Yeah. So everybody in the comments, tell Alex how much you hate him. Don't do that.
Don't do that. We love Alex.
Let's see. The church one.
Big ups for the dong. It's a really good dong.
Dong. This was this is the dong that's used when like Hussy jumps in on Doc Scratch. Yeah. I often forget about the setup of this comic and I only remember the punchline, which is that it just goes on for pages and pages.
I love this shit. Jesus Dick.
I think Jesus Dick, this is, of all of the creative swears, I think that this one was probably the one that stuck for me the most. Just saying.
It's so simple.
Yeah. There's a lot of other good details I didn't notice for a while, like how all of these are just different like note clip arts. But yeah, the punchline of it just going on and on until it just becomes this sea of JPEG noise. I think I don't know. It's like starting to become self-aware. I mean, it's always been self-aware, but I think this is like one. It's funny, but I think the punchline is that it knows how shitty it is. I don't know, because whenever I see these things out loud, it's like, yeah, that's the whole fucking joke. That's every single one. Hella Jeff.
Sweet bro and Hella Jeff. What do you expect?
I don't know. This is but like, it doesn't even pretend to have a joke. I love it. It's great. Note from Christian Dave.
Notable Catholic Dave Strider.
Author note about church. Get off your ass and go to church every day, you lazy slob. God isn't going to worship himself, but make sure you pray right. Every day, millions of people pray wrong in church. They do stupid things with their hands or pray for idiotic shit to happen. What I'm saying is it's possible to fuck up your prayers, and whenever possible, do that. Whenever people do that, it should piss you off.
We have a nice centerfold.
I don't even... Holy shit.
It's the centaur fold.
This is an incredible review for this 10-year-old product. 8-year-old product. I'm very delicate with it. Okay, the sports pile one. I think this is a really, really good one. I think this might also represent sort of another era of the comic where you're starting to see like more original art.
Yeah.
Like the previous ones, like this is like mostly original, but like this is like pre-used. This face is pre-used. Most of the pose is pre-used. This one also is like mostly original. But the sports pile one is one of the first things I think the first ones that's like primarily original art that has like its own style, and it starts to transition to this another era of it, I think. It's really fucking good though. I just like the first part where he's like Dizam. I love the word art on Dizam. And then the way that it just repeats it drives me insane.
Dizam.
Got my popcorn for sports. Inside also, I think one of my favorite like panels on its own. Yeah. I think that there was some theorization about this one as well. Like, I don't remember what the context was.
What would the theory be?
I want to say that I read multiple posts that were like talking about it in terms of like these were like the chess guys in Suburb, and like this was like foreshadowing like a big conflict.
Okay.
Like,
sure.
I don't know. Maybe it lines up with the Flash where there's like the big war in Act 4. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not. Yeah. The Just a Wall. I think that the ads here, because there's some ads in here that
Yeah, these aren't on the website, are they?
No, these are. These are on the website. Yeah. This one, yeah, this is just a
This
GIF.
one's insane.
Have you seen the actual GIF of this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, there's like a big ad chunk in here. I think that I was going to say, I don't think that the actual comic on the website broke it up where there's the wall and then the ads, but in the book, it does the wall again. Just
Two of them.
So that we can have it be uninterrupted. I think
This one's insane.
This one is one of my favorites, and it's one of like the lowest effort ones, because it's like Hussey just looked up a bunch of stock images of brick walls exploding, and he put Sweet Bro on a skateboard.
This zipper one is really good.
Grind. Yeah, I love the arrow the arrow and the two fist ones are probably my favorite. Then how were you expecting Eintine, the Thuth Fairy? Enough said. Ledger. I distinctly remember reading at least, this was probably around the time I was like lurking in the MSP forums a lot, so I probably saw more of this unhinged bullshit. But I do remember seeing somebody predicted it says Ledger on the thing he is leaning on, and people thought that was like, oh, like Heath Ledger, like the Joker. Like Gamzee the Clown. Yeah, this is insane shit. People really try their best to like connect this all together.
Classic.
It's Tuesday, you fat nasty trash, an iconic one. I was surprised at how late this one comes in. I thought this was like really an early one.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I love the phrase, it's Tuesday, you fat nasty trash.
Yeah.
It makes me remember of that one year where I was like, every Tuesday I'm going to post, it's Tuesday, you fat nasty trash. And I did it like the first Tuesday of the year, and then just completely forgot about it. And then like towards the end of the year, I was like, oh yeah. And then I did it on like the last Tuesday of the year.
How long? I feel like that wasn't. I feel like I might have known you at that point. Or like,
yeah, that was like
recent.
That was like 2018.
Yeah. Okay. All right. For a minute, I was like, Are they talking about like? We talking like 2013?
No.
Or, okay. Yeah. I feel like I remember like seeing that. I don't know. We didn't know each other until.
Who is this guy?
Yeah. This is I gotta say though, The ad for the glow in the dark shirt, and I think the Tuesday one really suffer from not being on the website, because the glow in the dark shirt ad, it's like funny still, but if you don't see it on the website, like shaking, and blowing up, it's just not as impressive. And I think it's the same for the Tuesday one, because the punchline is like just a bunch of fucking weed gifs, which is funny because weed is funny.
You heard it here first.
Weed is funny, everybody. I don't know, it is. All right, the Subway one. We talked about the Subway one. Masterclass.
So good.
The premise is incredible. The setup, the punchline. Everything in between, just incredible. That rank ass vent when smells like shit. I love it. I love it so much. God. I don't know what there's to say about it. It's just it's the greatest.
It's good. Subway.
He achieves nirvana. Like fucking wriggling into the Subway vent shaft. The Subway looks like an Among Us.
Ah!
The zoo. The elephant and its gray mutant penis. That was supposed to be Car Cat.
So true.
I don't think it ever paid off. Yeah. I feel like the funniest thing in this one is just him saying, "Who gives a fuck about that elephant and its huge butt and its gray mutant penis?"
Yeah.
The rest of it is whatever. This is not how it is on the website. There's only one Jeremy on a giraffe on the website.
Huh. Interesting.
Interesting. The Easter Sunday one. What is there to say about it? The dream sequence where Hella Jeff hatches from the egg, I think is a really funny concept.
Yeah. Expert use of buds and babes.
Budsandbabes.com. I remember like when this comic came out, I don't even think that this domain was like up when this comic came out. I think that like Hussey like found like some like I don't even like some website dedicated to pictures of girls in bikinis with weed leaves, weed plants. I think he found that, waited for it to die, and then used it in a comic. Because I remember the day this comic came out, this domain went to like a hosting service. Trolley Brown. This is the comic that gave us the classic "This is what the reference" line.
Hell yeah.
The
whirly bird.
He flies away and he explodes. Great joke. He dies.
So true.
No, this is like I think this is Solix's text, and then where is it? Yeah, this is Tavros. So I'm pretty sure that at this point Hussey was like deliberately picking colors, like to tease the people who were trying to make fan theories out of these, because this drove people crazy. Yeah, I love his little head flying away.
Hell yes.
Dude,
stop yipping my butt.
What is there to say about it?
So good.
And then the time to get ripped one.
Hell yeah.
This is the part of like I think that the gifting my butt one onward kind of comprises the last era of it to me, because it's the part where like Hussey is definitely just putting shit from like he's just trying to mix in shit from Homestuck as much as he can.
Yeah.
And it just fucks with me too much. Like reading the end of the comic and then it's like, oh, there's the time to get ripped one. That's just in Homestuck. The yipping my butt one, it's stupid, but like everybody's an animal person. The chess one, it's weird, but yeah, I think the time to get ripped one is probably the funniest of like the later ones.
I can get behind that.
If nothing else, but for the fucking incredible panel. The chess one, I think is good. I don't want to read it out loud, but I think that just this panel and I think that these two panels are really funny.
Man.
And then the punchline of like it taking a bunch of panels for him to just go down this crazy dynamic angled hallway into the bathroom diagram and then throw the pawn in the toilet is really good. Something that's just really funny to me too about the premise of like Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff trying to play chess. This nonsense situation to put these characters in. I think it's great. The Bui one, and then the follow up with the rodeo where it goes Bui, which is the last one printed in the book.
Yeah, and then there's some activity pages.
Yeah, I don't have much attachment to either of these.
Yeah, they're just kind of.
I think one of the sad things about Super and Hell Jeff is it really feels like it kind of went out with a whimper more than with a bang.
But really, like, what can you do with it?
Yeah, you can't really have a grand finale because, like, the Homestuck ends.
Yeah. Like what's Hesse gonna do? Like, do like a full-scale Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff animation?
Have you seen the official Super and Hell Jeff movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he already did that, like, insanely early on.
Yeah.
So...
Sequel?
Super and Hell Jeff 2. Yeah, I kind of wish... I don't know. I wish it just ended earlier, I think. Because I think it's like... I don't think the last couple are, like, bad.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say it overstays its welcome, because, like, it's always welcome in my heart. But it's just weird how it keeps going for a certain amount of time and then it just, like, stops. And then, like, the last one is the stop sucking the dick of man's best friend, right? And then the final thing on the website is, like, that, but with Hussey's face over it.
Yes.
If you go to it's like the latest comics button. And it's just a giant full page. Him just looking.
What were the ones that came before? Oh, there was the frog one.
Oh, I think the frog one is pretty good.
The arrow pointing at the frog and saying "Prance of his stupid dick" is pretty funny.
Yeah, I like this one because of the crazy dynamic angle we have going on.
Yeah.
Where, like, Hella Jeff is, like, looking down.
This was one of the ones where, like, I remember a bunch of theories about this one. Let me see when this one came out. Yeah, those ones came out October 2014.
So that was
like right before Homestuck came off hiatus, because there was the year-long hiatus.
Remind me,
It was just before Game Over.
It was before Game Over.
Because Homestuck went on hiatus October of 2013, and then it came off hiatus just before 10/25, 2014. So I remember those coming out and there being like a bunch of talk about them, because we got Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff before we got Homestuck, and like everyone was like, what's about to happen?
Yeah, and the frog one like also is like definitely deliberately trying to tease.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, we have the frog.
Yeah.
We have the clam, which is kind of the Condess, I guess.
Yeah, I was about to say there were a bunch of theories that like the Condess was going to do something, which I mean
happened.
That's what the cliffhanger was. She was going to eat the net. That's what she was going to do. And then
And then the last one is the dude, would you stop sucking the dick of man's best
That's
friend?
a great quote.
It is.
That is a great quote, but I don't know, the imagery of like sucking the dog's dick it feels like it's going beyond a bit of like what Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff is, because the dick sucking is like graphic.
It's a little bit more transgressive than one would expect.
And for this to be like the last thing that happens to Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, except for the newer book, I like that the last Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff is like Hussey's face printed over this, but like the dick sucking is like
you know, I take it back. I think it's extremely funny that that's like the last comic on the website.
And that came out really late too. Yeah, it came out in November of 2017.
Long after the comic ended. Right?
Hussey literally logged on one day and was like, "Hey, look at this picture that I drew. Peaches getting his dick sucked."
This is the final update.
That's a year after the credits of Homestuck were posted, which were posted like 6 months after the comic ended.
I fucking love that. When was the next one that was just his face over it posted? Or
they were posted the same day.
An incredible send off. God.
Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
Okay, the learning that it was like that late is I think I'm now on board with the insanely out of nowhere terrible final comic.
It does make it like a lot funnier that like Homestuck ended, people were still waiting for like Hive Swap shit. Wait, no, Hive Swap Act 1 came out September of that same year. So people were starting to wonder about Hive Swap Act 2, and then Hussey's just like,
Take it.
Take it.
Stop sucking the dick of man's best friend. Yeah, what a time. I don't know.
Sweet Bro and Hella Jack. This shit changed history.
It really did.
One of my favorite things is that there's a printed on cup stain.
It says whoops. I don't even know if this is gonna I don't know if this even is gonna convey visually, but if you maybe the light will catch it. But you can see that there's a printed on coffee stain. Oh, this is art. You take this back. I feel like I've probably reduced the value of my handling. Yeah. Fucking. What a miracle this comic is.
I think this book was like $50. It was a pretty high priced book.
I feel like with what we've learned today, I feel like after you get home, you should put this in multiple vacuum seal bags and put it in a vault somewhere in a salt mine. I
just keep it on my shelf with all my other Homestuck shit.
Yeah.
Because I have the 6 Viz Media books, and then I have this, and then I have the epilogues.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's my top shelf display right next to my bed.
This is history right here.
I'm definitely gonna buy a copy of the new book.
Yeah.
Because I haven't read the scans or anything. There are a lot of people who say that it's not as good as original Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff, which I mean, who cares?
Being a boomer about Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, maybe the funniest thing to gatekeep over.
I think the thing that people don't like about it is that it's an actual narrative. The whole book is a story.
Good.
Yeah, that's appealing to me. I want to see this little adventure that Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff go on.
Yeah, as much as I enjoy the little one-offs, I feel it's been a good while since I was introduced to the concept of the little Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff comics. I don't know. I'm ready for some transformative works.
And Drill and Casey Green worked on it. Casey Green proved himself with the Paradox Space Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff comics, and Drill is Drill.
Yeah.
So
posting
I can't see it being as bad as people say it is. But we'll find out when we have an episode on it.
Yeah, we'll review it. This episode ended up being more of a review for this book that is apparently a mythical artifact than I thought it was going to be. But that's fine. I mean, we're just hanging out. Damn.
Damn.
That makes me. I'm just nostalgic now for being a kid and thinking this is the funniest thing ever. Now I'm an adult and think it's the funniest thing ever.
It really is the funniest thing ever.
Man. I don't know. I don't know. Cool.
This shit crazy.
Yeah.
Would you say that Sweet Bro and Hill Jeff was ahead of its time? Because I think a lot about how like meme culture is now, and how like maybe not now. Like memes went through like this phase where it was all like. Well, I mean, there's still some that's like super like. I don't want to say random because random has like it's like a loaded word.
Well, I think I think I know what you're talking about. I think that like that it is like random, but it's a different approach on it. I don't know, cause like I feel like
I feel like Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff slots into that genre of comedy that's like Vine boom shit.
a little bit. I don't. This like a lot of Super and Hell Jeff punchlines are like it just goes on forever.
Yeah.
Like, the car sinking into the ocean, or like the hands when he's trying to pray. But like I could see. I feel like it does fit in a little bit with like the how many levels of irony are on my dude. I wonder how much of that is a product of like a post Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff meme culture landscape.
I mean, the Homestuck fandom back in the day was pretty large.
Yeah.
And by extent, that pretty large fandom was exposed to Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff, and like
and more people beyond would touched it. So I don't know. Maybe it's horrific to consider how much influence and reach this shit. I'm trying to find the banging your mom one. This shit had. Yeah, like I don't know, fucking too many people saw it, too many people were exposed to this, and it probably irreparably damaged society, is what I'm getting at.
Agree.
Yeah, I don't know if you could. I don't know. This is interesting to think about because, like, I feel like if somebody like tried to do something that was like basically exactly like this now, I would probably just dismiss it as stale. But that's also just knowing that this exists. I don't know what I would. I don't know what a world without Super and Hell Jeff would look like.
It'd be scary.
Yeah. I also want to give a shout out to how on the spine of the book it says Sweet Bro and Helpful Jeff.
It also says spine, but it has two ends.
Wait, does it?
And it has the Topatico logo.
Oh man, I miss Topatico.
It's still. It still exists.
I thought that okay. I miss being a kid and going to the Topatico store and being like, damn, I don't have a credit card, so I can't buy any of this stuff. That's what
I feel that. I feel that. Definitely, like looking back on the Topatico store, like they had so much cool Homestuck shit that like you just can't get anymore. Like those really fucking high quality God tier hoodies.
Yeah.
It fucks me up so bad that like my grandparents wouldn't let me use the debit card to like order one, and like I was too young to have a debit card.
If I could go back, I would tell my childhood self to like, hey, can you buy some of this shit in like adult medium so I can wear it when I grow up? Damn. Now we just managed to make ourselves sad that we aren't in the era when this was new anymore. Yeah. Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff.
We did it.
Yeah,
we did the Sweet Bro and Hell Jeff episode live on camera.
Yeah.
The live studio audience can now begin cheering.
That would be Alex.
They're there. They're there. They're right there behind the table.
Yeah. I don't even know if we do the normal end of episode thing for this one because it's like this is our creepypasta lost episode.
I mean, it's worth it to still like do the patrons.
I guess.
The patrons paid for me to be here.
Have you had the Patreon pulled up this whole time in preparation for this?
This is the scuffed episode, so I'm gonna pull it up now.
Okay. I guess I can try to. Okay. These are my. Okay, I'm focusing.
What are we reading next time, John?
Yeah. What are we reading next time, John? We're gonna watch the movie. For next time, we're reading the full book, and then whenever John can make it.
The fuck did your computer just do?
My computer just woke up and it looked like it was transferring files.
That was scary.
What the? Okay. We have to wrap this up because we are getting cursed.
Hang on. Next time, what was the last episode? The penultimate episode.
Yeah, that was
if you're coming from the penultimate episode, next time, read the rest of Homestuck. That's it. That's what we're doing next.
Otherwise, I guess if there's a chronological order, maybe hypothetically we'll do one of these for the other book, the Joel Casey Green Halsey one.
For that one, you're gonna come down to South Carolina, and then we could do a live episode there.
That's the plan. It's at some point. It's gonna happen 10 years in the future, and we're both gonna have beards down to here. But yeah, I guess if we're done with this one, do you have the patrons up yet?
I'm working on it.
Oh my god.
Listen,
I'm gonna guess you don't log into Patreon much on your phone, and so it's making you do the email verification bullshit.
I don't have the password to the Patreon in like an accessible place. You've seen the password, like the fucked up password. It's not something that I can just like write out because it fucks with me.
Well, in that case,
I'm working on it.
Okay. I'm waiting on.
Hang on. We're getting there.
This is the stupidest thing we've ever done, for sure. I need to stop touching this.
Verify your device.
No! Dude, can we just edit this in post?
No, we have to leave this in. Did Alex even agree to doing video editing?
He did.
Okay.
I talked to him. Elise also offered to do video editing if Alex can't figure it out. I've been like ready to just give it off to them for.
Give me a second. I'm logging into the email.
Oh my lord. My poor phone has been recording this whole video. I don't know. Good thing I have a fucking giant SD card. Yeah.
Confirm your recovery email.
There is no way.
Let me in. Okay, man. Security alert. Nope, that's not what I want.
There's so much fat to trim.
If this was you, click this link. Sure thing.
The fucked up thing is that we can't just like not do it because we received a lot of money from a generous patron.
We did receive a lot of money from a generous patron. Shout out to them. I will say their name louder than all the other ones.
That's our new last minute feature. Is the more money you give, the louder we'll say your name. Would you like to shout out the patrons?
Yes. Shout out. I'm just gonna retell the story of our newest patron, Amber M. just out of nowhere, first of all, joined the server, and then like immediately had like a patron role.
Yeah.
And
which has happened before.
But I was like, oh, a new patron. Let me check the Patreon, and suddenly we're getting $69 a month, which, and then newest patron Amber M says specifically, the bit was just doing $69 a month for us. Which is even funnier because like now we have 8 patrons and that's another funny number.
Yeah.
So
incidentally, also our only patron to trip the joke tier that was
one of the joke tiers. In case you've forgotten, it's the first one that's like it's the first one that's a joke tier. So like there's the $10 tier, and then there's the $41.30 tier, which grants you viewing access for the admin channel in our Discord.
Yeah, the one that we used to plan everything.
Which I never expected for that to happen, so the role just wasn't set up. And Amber is now the only person ever who is not the 3 people behind
staff.
Yeah, it's the only non-staff to ever say anything in the admin channel because I didn't have it set up.
History was great. Incredible bit. Also makes me really glad that the lowest stupid tier was one of the ones that was actually like achievable. I mean, if you give us $1,000 or how much it is, we'll figure out how to put your fan troll in the podcast.
It's $11,000.
If you give us $11,000, we'll figure out how to do it, but we have no idea. We just don't know.
If you are a rich person who is listening to the podcast,
if you are fuck off rich,
Elon Musk, if you are listening,
stop.
Fuck you. Give me your money.
I don't think that I would put Elon Musk's fan troll in the podcast.
Could you imagine, like, if Elon Musk like logged on to Twitter one day and was like, "Hey guys, I've been reading Homestuck and I've made myself a fan troll," and like all of a sudden all the crypto bros are like reading Homestuck and making fan trolls, and then all of a sudden there's like all these troll NFTs.
I was gonna say the next logical step of that is that there's like a fan troll NFT, and it's just a million. It's like a fan troll pie crew, but it's for they're all
horrible timeline, miserable time. That's happening as we speak in the alternate timeline where there's Funko Pops of Homestuck.
You've manifested the evil timeline again. But yeah, I don't think you've read the patrons yet.
I read one.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Amber. Thank you so much for more money than we deserve.
Thank you for the insane amount of money, but also thank you to the other patrons who have given us money: Danny, Caffeine, Gareth F, Simon Martins, Corin, Ina E, and Darsh. Thank you for money.
Thank you so much for your dollars, or whatever currency you may use. Yeah.
I should bully Simon about how much money he's giving to our patron.
Oh, I subbed to Simon on Twitch, and he told me I don't have to sub to him. I'm like, you give us money for the podcast, I'm gonna give you money for Twitch.
Yeah, but you're giving him more money for his Twitch than he's giving us for
I don't care.
I care. We need to be exchanging like the same $5 bill back and forth.
Okay, you're right. All right. Well, thank you to our patrons. Our be it our personal friends or not, it really does mean a lot, and it gives us money, and it's also insane that you would do that. But yeah, I'm not gonna do the whole chill the Patreon thing right now because like we are about to finish.
Yeah, we've got like 2 more episodes and then we're going on break until next year. So
yeah. So yeah. But thank you very much. Also thank you to anybody else who's tuning in, any other listeners or viewers. I would be shocked if anybody actually watches the video of this to this point. But if you are, thank you, and also anybody who's listening on Spotify or other platforms, it's pretty fucking cool that people want to listen to us just bullshit about this stuff, so that's awesome. Big ups to Alex, our artist and editor.
Yes.
The producer.
Shout out to you, Alex. To you. You could have been here.
Could have. What a shame.
There's an Alex-shaped hole right here.
In our hearts. But yeah, shout out to Alex. Definitely enables us to an unhealthy degree. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you again never.